Calling up.
Yes, this is Ego and Soul. We are having technical issues, and I love how you're putting that together, Danielle. Yay, thank you. Are you able, is there any feedback for you on your end? We're good?
I'll close out of my computer Zoom.
Okay, well, welcome. As you are here, I'm so glad that you're here. And I know that we have some other ladies joining us live in a little bit and some with the replay. So this is great that we get to start together. The intention of today, so as you know, we've been dancing with ego and soul in a non-formal way. This has been truly an experience like I've never offered before, where we just get to play without any structure. And so I'd love to hear your feedback on that, on how that's been for you to have less structure. Has it been a challenge? Has there been resistance? Has it been harder or easier? And I would also love to open up the space for any coaching, any support that you would want around dancing with ego and soul. And when we receive others as well, I'd love for you to share what your experience has been like. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And I would love to know how you feel right now. What is the energy you are arriving here with? Yes.
I'm arriving here with today, I mean, this beautiful day, this beautiful spot, and my soul is like happy. Like, and ego was getting frustrated there for a second with the technical issues, but I mean, the river is literally across the street and it's just filling my soul up.
That's amazing. Thank you. So why don't you start, Danielle, by sharing with us what has your experience been of these two energies? What has it been like? What have you noticed? Yeah, I'd love to hear.
I noticed like the last couple of days, ego is certainly taken over my brain and hasn't allowed my soul to be free until I hit the softball field Tuesday night. And I felt like I was running out. I normally don't play right field, and I got to play. And I asked a couple weeks ago, somebody was like, you're like, you should just ask the person that does the lineup. And I didn't. And then here I am, you know, my soul just got to, I got to do what I wanted to do, even though it was a couple weeks later. And then you know, my soul was, I love the ball field. I grew up on playing ball since I was like 8 or 9 years old. So like I've been playing, you know, so I feel like my soul feels so good every summer to go out on the ball field. So I mean, ego's never taken over for that. But when I get into a zone at my office job, and I feel like it just sucks me down sometimes.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm hearing like when you're playing, when you're in the field, when you're with the supports, that is the playful energy the soul kind of resides in for you. And then the ego, you're associating it right now to the work environment and the energy that's being dragged down. Thank you. So are you open to being coached today?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, thank you. I'd love to know, is this how you want the relationship of soul and ego to be?
I think that's kind of how I feel. I feel like ego is like, I don't know, maybe it's more of the doing in a way. I relate it to the doing. I don't know if that's true or not, but and then with the soul, I just, you know, like you know when you're in a good place, when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing with your soul. And that's taken a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you. So does that mean that you don't feel like you are where you're supposed to be at your work?
There are days, yeah. But I mean, I manifested this job. So, I mean, there was a purpose that I was supposed to serve.
Beautiful. Thank you for that awareness. And it's great because from that place of awareness, we get to grow into, okay, from this place, what does the ideal relationship between ego and soul look like? But before we get there, I'd love to know, is there kind of a right and wrong connotation or energy that you put for either of these energies?
I'm still learning about the differences. So, I mean, but I like your experience. I've learned a little bit, and from your experience, you sharing your differences and stuff, and that's really helped me in the last how many days are we at now?
Yeah, we're at day 69.
So just learning the difference between ego and soul, and just, I feel like when you're doing your soul, filling up your soul with the things that it, wants or needs. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but I feel like if you're doing that, you are more powerful to yourself and your body and everything in your being.
Yeah. I hear that also as when you are respecting your alignment, when you are tuned in to what feels just the right spot for you. So I'm also hearing like, okay, well, I manifested this job, which could be the doing energy, the sucking energy for now, but at some point, that's what I wanted. That felt in alignment. So at some point, that was my soul's purpose at that time. And things shift and the energies move, and now it doesn't feel so much like it's in alignment. So does that resonate with you?
It does, yes.
What would need to be true, Danielle, so that you feel like it's all okay and you get to manifest the next thing?
I just get to be the person I'm meant to be. And, I think, the work that we do, that we put towards ourselves, and I think of setting maybe a new intention towards that, because that's how I was able to, within a month from the time I set that intention and did that intention setting workshop, I was able to, have an interview and get the job within a month or so of that time period. So I think maybe going back to the beginning, I think I think that's what our soul wants us to do, I think.
Thank you. And I love that. And I want to acknowledge your energy that I'm feeling is not an energy of this needs to happen right now because this and that will happen. It really feels like your energy is trusting, which is so different than last time too. When you did the intention setting workshop, that was in January 2021. Or February, something like that. So the energy that you were in was so different than right now. It's kind of like you've adapted this soul, calm, nurturing, open, aware energy from you doing the tune in program and from now being in the tune in journey, but especially for you committing to yourself every day. So I just want to acknowledge you for that and want to celebrate you for that. I'm really proud of you. And yes, let's set intentions. We get to use this session today however we want to. And since live, it's you and me, then let's do this. If you want, we get to do this right now.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, cool. Do you have something to write down in or on?
You know it.
Okay.
Oh, I found it. Okay, I gotta go.
Okay, so
go ahead, dear.
Since we are recording also for the participants of Dancing with Ego and Soul who will join us, this is an exercise that you all can do, okay? When it comes to setting intention, this is a beautiful opportunity, thanks for leading this, Danielle, to actually access our heart space instead of letting the ego mind of what we think we should do, where we think we should be, the goals we think we should reach, the place and the person we think we need to be, when it might not feel in alignment with what our soul really wants. So right now, before I feel like we could go into a meditation, and before we go there, maybe the mind has a lot to say. So Danielle, would it feel helpful if we were to write down all the things that the mind or the ego, that part of us that's more doing, that part of us that wants things to make sense or be more logical, would it make sense to help that part of you just write down all the things she thinks she needs to do, all the things the places she thinks she needs to be, the jobs she thinks she needs to have, the money she thinks she needs to make? Would it be helpful to write all that down from a head space first?
You know it. Can you hear me?
Okay, let's do that. I am going to give you like a few minutes to just riff on all that, just eliminate what's in your head, because once we go into setting intentions from the heart, we want the mind to have, we want to have brushed the ego's hair. So do you have any questions on that?
No.
Okay, go ahead, and I'm going to put some music.
There's a light so bright, burning deep inside. Got to feed it, oh heat it, let it be your guide. It's only hope we have, only hope we have. Only hope we have, only hope we have. Spirits calling through heart's desire, destroying fear with love's fire. Sleeping warrior, now awaken to the cries of love's forsaken.
And sometimes when we set intentions, it can be helpful to choose a category or choose a specific topic in life. So for Danielle, I'm guessing it's around work and the work that you want to manifest and bring to life. It can also be around your relationships. It can also be about the security or the home that you're creating for yourself. Excuse me. It can, it can be in different areas like relationships. It can be in your health and your lifestyle. Gosh, excuse me. Or it can be in your work. Do you feel like you have wrote down a bunch of things that the head wants for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. And we're going to go now next and go, what do you don't want? What do you not want? We're going to list all the things that you don't want, because sometimes it can even be easier to go, I don't want this. Oh gosh, I don't want this. Like, I don't want to work in a work environment that drains my energy. I don't want to work with a boss that micromanages me. I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't support me. I don't want to be unhealthy and have my organs failing, whatever it is. So go ahead and write that list of what you don't want.
Got to feed it. Oh, heat it. Let it be your guide. Only hope we have.
And the next step in here in the same lines would be to look through what you don't want and notice if there's any feeling associated to it with it. So you're like, I don't want to go to my boring job. Maybe the way you don't want to feel is understimulated, unfulfilled, and unsatisfied. If you don't want your partner to act a certain way, maybe you don't want to feel afraid and not confident. So this is the opportunity to add, how do you not want to feel? Okay. And yes, we will move into how you want to feel later, but this is about how you don't want to, what you don't want to happen and how you don't want to feel.
Hi, welcome to day.
How is that going? What did you come up with? Do you want to share a little bit?
Yeah, I can share.
Tell me.
I guess I kind of made a list of which one, what do you want? Do you want the don't wants or my bullet? The don't want fuel?
Yeah, you tell me what feels like is the most like you're nailing this. Like, yep, that's exactly what I don't want. That's exactly how I want to feel. And yet that's exactly what my ego thinks I need.
I guess I don't want to work with a manager that falls asleep at his desk anymore and doesn't know how to manage people.
Yeah.
I can say that I'm not at the office. Sorry, I hope this, whatever, I don't care, whatever.
This is not going to be broadcasted with your name and the business name next to it. Don't. It's fine.
Okay. To drive it takes me like almost 25 minutes, almost 30-minute drive to the office, and that's 60 minutes a day out of my time where I could be closer to home. I feel and I don't want to do that anymore. I just got a brand new car. I don't want to keep putting all these miles on it, so unless I'm going somewhere fun and soul filling.
Gotcha. So how does that all make you feel that you don't want to feel anymore?
Just I think it, that's kind of how I felt when I got into this position. I felt relieved, and I think if that happens again, well, either, my thinking is this job, I'm not saying this job is it's not bad or anything like that, or it's a good job, it's a good place, but it's just working with somebody that kind of steals your energy. And he was gone yesterday. I have to tell you, he was gone yesterday, and I could tell you that that place was such a different atmosphere. It was just like, I felt like we were having fun and we were doing some fun things, and it was just like, I felt like a good place and at certain points during the day. And but there was also some parts I was just like, some processes and stuff. So I mean, like, that's just some things I don't want to just, a part of me is like, I don't want to be on a computer for 8 hours every day anymore.
Okay, did you write that down?
I did not write that down, but I've been thinking about it all day.
Okay. Yeah, write that down. Don't want to be on a computer for 8 hours a day. Great.
I mean,
And
yeah.
so, okay, so we don't want to be driving every day for that long. We don't want to work with a manager who falls asleep. We don't want to work with someone who's draining our energy. Don't want to work on the computer 8 hours a day. How how do you not want to feel? Because how does all that make you feel? I heard drained before. Is there something else?
Tired.
And I also heard you say like not soul filling.
Oh, I was thinking that, but I didn't say it.
So can you write that down too? Like you don't want to feel not soul filling. We're creating feelings here, okay? Okay. Does that feel like it's enough of a groundwork to honor the ego?
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. And to you who's watching the replay, remember that you get to keep this list going until your ego feels like, oh, yes, I'm heard, I'm seen, it's okay. Yes, I have it written down. I'm not going to forget it. It's not going to worry me because it's there. I see it. And when that feels good, then we move on to this next phase. This next phase is all about tuning in to how we want to feel, tuning into what's the experience that we want to create. And to do that, to tune into that, we get to kind of channel the soul. We get to allow the heart and the soul to go, I'm here and I'm going to lead this intention. Once we tune into the heart, then we're going to use my intending formula to create powerful intentions that then you will be able to use in the present tense. Repeat it, feel it, believe it, manifest it. Okay. Do I want to bring this forth before? I'm looking at the workbook I made for, no, let's just meditate right now. Does that feel like that's the right time for that, Danielle, for you? Yeah?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. So we're going to do this meditation short and powerful. So wherever you are, find a length in your spine and feel your seat rooted, like you're really sitting or standing, both feet in the earth. You can feel the connection to the support underneath you. And from here, lift the crown of your head up high and relax the shoulders, relax the face, relax the tongue. And now that we've kind of given way to the ego, maybe there are more thoughts that are present and that want your attention. So imagine that you could think them right now. Actually, imagine that you're inside your brain right now, and there's a pile of paper, a pile of to-do lists, a pile of thoughts. We're going to imagine that we're opening a window in the brain to the left, and we're going to open a window to the right of the brain. And because we're opening the window, there's a big breeze that comes in and lifts the papers, and there's thoughts everywhere. Notice if in your mind, or in your body rather, if that feels overwhelming, or if that stirs up draining energy or whatever. Notice in your body how it feels to have the papers and the thoughts flying everywhere. Breathe. If there's one specific place in the body where you feel it, focus on your exhale as you allow for that energy of the tension in your body to move. Take a deep breath in and out. Yes. Now imagine that the papers are flowing out through the windows. There might be some papers with some specific words or thoughts that you see, and notice them, but don't attach to them. You're not grabbing the paper, you're just seeing them. And then the papers, they fly out through the windows. They go into the universe, or they end up composted in the earth. We're going to shut the windows of the brain. Relax your forehead. Relax the eyes into their orbit. Relax the jaw, the tongue, separate the teeth. And imagine that your awareness was sliding from the forehead down to the tip of the nose. And here, when you breathe in, you feel it. When you breathe out, you feel it and you see it. Your focus is now on the breath. Relax your body 1% more. We're going to, on purpose, breathe in for 4. Hold the breath for 2 and exhale for 5. If this length of breath is too short or too long for you, please adapt it so that the exhale is longer for you. We're going to do this at least 3 times together. Exhale everything. Through the nose, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale, relax 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale from the nose tip. Hold. Exhale out. Do it one more round where when you breathe in, you inflate your whole belly and the lower back, all the way to the chest and upper back. Holding the breath. And when you exhale, you relax from the head all the way down to the feet. Let's do it one more time at your own pace. Beautiful. Come back to a normal breath. And recognize now how you feel, having let the ego mind and the thoughts be seen, heard, and used. And now we're using the body as our tool to anchor into the present moment. Now, now, now. With a normal breath, now imagine that you are lowering your awareness like if you were entering an elevator inside of the head. And you are taking the elevator down the throat to the heart space. The doors of the elevator, they open up at the heart space. Notice how you feel when you arrive in this location. Notice how you feel when you access your heartbeat. Feel the heart beating. Now that we are accessing the heart, I want you to notice if there is any tension around the heart space, maybe in the middle back. Can you send the breath there? So imagine like you could really visualize that your breath was going to that place in the body that feels tense. And with the breath in, you're expanding, making space there. And when you're exhaling, you relax and feel even more expansive. When we are accessing the heart, this is where we are going to ask our soul, ask our intuition, ask that part of us that is calm, anchored, that part of us that knows what we deeply want and need. So to help the conscious mind be busy right now, focus on your exhale. That keeps the mind busy and it allows our nervous system to calm down. Focus on your exhale, and I'm going to ask you questions. And what I invite you to do is simply listen for the inside answer that will come through from your heart. Focus on the exhale. How do I want to feel? How do I want to feel? Since we are working today on setting intentions from a soul place, whether your intention is about having, well, we're going to set it, but whether you're working in the area of health or relationships or work, how do you want to feel in that area of your life? So Solmaz, thanks for joining us. We are in the second half of our session, and so you can pick any category: work, relationships, health, lifestyle, whatever feels good to you. And just before, we worked on what do we don't want in that category, so that we can really let the ego just go at it, what we don't want. How do we not want this to look? How do we not want to feel? And now we're asking the heart, how do I want to feel? How do I want this experience? For Danielle, it's in work, in the new work that she wants to manifest. How do I want to feel? And maybe for you, Solmaz, it's about, okay, how do I want to feel in this new environment where I live, in this new lifestyle, in this new environment, in this new life that I've created for me? So by closing the eyes and just breathing and feeling the heartbeat, let your heart guide you. How do I want to feel? And write those down. It's not about how I should feel or what makes sense to feel. How do I really want to feel? Take a deep breath in and out. We're going to ask another question to the heart. Focus on your exhale. What do I want my experience in this area of my life to look like? What do I want this experience to look like? Paint the picture in your heart, in your mind's eye. What are you wearing? Who are you with? Where are you? How do you want this experience to look like? It's like we're using the imagination of the heart, and we're letting the visions, we're letting the creativity come to us. Take another deep breath in and out. And we're going to bring the hands together and rub them just to entice a little bit of heat and bring the energy back. Relax the shoulders. Oh, we lost Danielle. She'll be back. And then place the hands over the eyes and notice how warm, nurturing, or cool, or weird, however that this is. Relax the shoulders, and then when you're ready, open the eyes behind the hands and let light come in and lower the arms down. Right. Hi, Salmaz. I'd love to hear what your experience is as you joined us. How do you want to feel? What category do you feel you would want to manifest or set an intention in? You're muted, love.
I'm sorry. Hello, I'm sorry.
Hi.
And first, I apologize for being late. I had a job interview, so after it was finished, I just came here.
That's good. I'm glad you're here. Thank you.
You're welcome. And yeah, last time I told you that I want to focus on being more present, you know, but I think from the feedback that I've been given from, you know, because I've been applying for different jobs, but I'm successful so far. And I think I need to be really present to make less mistakes, because, you know, I'm doing different things. I'm working on my startup. I'm new here, and I'm taking care of many things back home, like my family and everything. And it's like my mind is not focused on anything. You know, it's like you are doing many things and you're not doing any of them really good. I'm at that point, which I want to try to focus more and to deliver what is best, you know, just deliver the best from me.
Thank you. Can you tell us, so the being present to make less mistakes, how does that feel? How does being present and showing up as the best of you, how can that feel in your body?
I think more calm, you know, and more confident in myself. And yes, but I think to be calm is the most important thing, so that I can take a breath and just say, okay, you just focus on one thing at a time and do this in a better way, not perfect, but in a better way. And then you move to the next thing, you know.
Thank you for that. Beautiful. So what we are doing, we were inspired by Danielle, who was just on before. She wants to manifest a new job. And so we thought, okay, let's use this, as she referred to her job as the doing energy, as the draining energy. So that was more like the ego for her. That's how she saw it. And so she thought, okay, when I manifested this job before, it came from soul. So can I still manifest something new from soul this time? And I feel like this is perfect for you too, because you want to be able to manifest this presence and this flow, right? In your work environment, the new job and the new place. So great timing. Thank you for being here. We have just a few, like 12 minutes left. And so the next step I want to take us in, and I'm going to invite you, Salmaz, to watch just the beginning, because it will also help your mind to just write all the things that it thinks it needs. So we worked kind of the mind piece first, and now we're working on the heart piece. So we looked at how do we not want to feel, what we don't want. And then we tuned into the heart and looked at, okay, how do we want to feel instead? So we're going to use, I'm going to share my screen with you. View single page. There we go. So that you can see what I mean. Okay, so do you see the intend? Yeah, okay. So this is what we're going to play with. I wish I had the filled out version, but it's in my head. So we're going to try. This is how you get to create your intention. We're going to use my intending formula. And these are examples of intentions. And just so we're clear, this is to help the ego go, oh, I know what to do. And this is not about being rigid. This is not the only way to set intentions. This isn't like a set in stone kind of thing. The most important thing when we set intentions is to feel it in the body, to feel like we believe it so much more, because just to show you very quickly, when we are on the lower V, when we are in the low vibration, when we are stuck in fear, when we are negative, when we don't believe it, well, there's no openness. If you see that the top of the triangle, that's where there's high vibe, positive abundance flow. We're receiving, we're in a receiving mode to therefore manifest what we want. So we get to believe our intention way more than sticking to a specific structure of how it's written. But this is just so that it guides us. Does that sound good? Okay. What you get to write is, so I'm going to give you an example of an intention gets to be in the present tense, it gets to be positive, and it gets to include how you want to feel, and we get to be specific on what category. So an example is, I am passionate, fulfilled, and satisfied in my work daily. So the formula goes, I, insert, so I, then present tense verb. Can I write this down? Present tense verb, then feeling, then category, and then what was the word I used? Consistency or time frame, timestamp. I think that's what we used. So another example, I feel. So the present tense is feel, I feel, and then the feeling is valued and important. The category, so what we're being specific about, with my superior and my colleagues at work. And then the timestamp is every time I share my ideas. This is like, I'm claiming that this is happening for me. For example, Solmaz, with what you shared with me, where are my notes? With what you shared with me, it could sound something like, I am present in all that I do. It could stop here. It could be even like, I am present and focused. I am present and focused, and allow the best of me to come out in all that I do. For you, Danielle, it could sound something like, I am passionate about my work, period. But this is where I would want you to play with adding more things in it that are exactly how you want to feel. So I'm just going to put music for a few minutes, and I'm going to invite you to just tune into, okay, can I make this formula work for me? Do I need to add things at the end? Like this last example has a without feeling guilty part, because maybe for example, for you, Salma, as I heard like, feeling more calm, focus one thing at a time without feeling scattered could be something that you add. The condition that I'm here to offer you in that last part is, as long as that without blah, blah, blah part doesn't stir up anxiety within you, you can keep it there. But if it makes you feel like it lowers the belief of that intention, we're not putting it in. Okay, so let's take a few minutes. I'm going to put some music and then we'll share. Can you hear my music now? Yeah.
There's a light so bright, burning deep inside. You got to
Danielle, are you ready to share?
only hope.
I am.
Let's do it. Let's hear it.
I am a passionate about my work. It's life fulfilling. It's a financial blessing, and to help others find their soul purpose.
Oh, yay. Can you please repeat it?
I'm passionate about my work. It's life fulfilling. It's a financial blessing, and to help others find their soul purpose.
How does that make you feel?
That makes me feel really good.
Beautiful. Do you feel confident with that?
The end part I'm trying to figure out. The ego is kind of taking over on that end.
Thank you for pointing that out. It also felt like that. And in order to make it even more about you, are you willing to find your soul purpose first?
Yeah.
Or actually, I know you have it already. Are you willing to live it? Step into it, fully embody it. I fully embody my soul's purpose. Would that sound? I am passionate about my work. It's life fulfilling. It's a financial blessing, and I fully embody my soul's purpose.
I like
how does
that.
that feel?
I am passionate. Said I fill my body.
I fully embody.
Okay, missed that.
And you get to play with it. If it feels like, oh, that word doesn't resonate with me, then change it.
Right.
I want you to see that and go, oh my gosh, it's already here. Like really feel it and embody it, because these words, you believe them, you know they're here, you know they're accessible within you right now.
I want to help myself as a writer to be an author, but I also want to help because there's a lot of, I'm sorry, I've been thinking of this a lot lately, and ego's taking over a little bit here and saying, no, don't do it. Don't leave your comfortable job. But you know what I mean? Like,
totally. That's why we put the ego first. And now you get to play with the heart, and you could dance, you can notice, you could say, oh, hi, ego. Oh, you want to be heard? You want to add something? Let's see if that feels like it's in alignment with my heart. And then you play. Danielle,
yes.
You're in the tune-in journey, so we get to continue this work. I'm going to go on to Salmaz before our time runs out.
Yep, you're fine,
I'd
dear.
love to hear your intention, Salmaz.
Yeah, it was difficult for me because there were so many thoughts, but I believe what I'm doing is valuable, and I am fully present and invested in doing it.
Ooh, I am fully present and invested in doing it.
Yeah.
How does that feel? I believe what I'm doing is valuable. I'm fully present and, oops, my word changed. Please say it again.
From the beginning?
Yeah.
I believe what I am doing is valuable, and I'm fully present and invested in doing it.
Beautiful. Okay, so how does that feel in your body?
It feels it feels reassuring.
Okay.
But at the same time, a little stressful.
Okay, tell me more about the stress part.
Because I, again, keep thinking about the mistakes that I'm making. And, you know, I keep blaming myself, and then I get nervous again and do the same again and again.
Thank you for being honest about this experience. And so are you willing to just look at the beginning of this session so that maybe this is going to be perfect for you to take care of all that that part of you that still feels icky about the mistakes, and you feel like you're banging on yourself and you're not being so kind to yourself. So when it comes down to setting an intention from the heart, it's harder because the mind is still so active.
Yes.
Yeah. So what are you willing to take that on?
I wasn't here at the beginning.
I know. So you're going to receive the replay.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, cool. And so I'd love to continue this work. If any of you is interested to continue along the side of manifesting what you want, from July 4th to July 15th, I'm playing a bingo, a self-care bingo. I'm going to put the link in the chat. It's claudiasamsoulcoaching.com/play. And we get to play a bingo board. So I have a bingo board filled with self-care activities. It's $22 for 2 weeks, and you get to play every day with different actions so that you can be kinder to yourself. You can release the mind. You can still do your to-do list and be supported through it for the 2 weeks. So if you want to join me, I would love to have you there.
Yeah, I think I'll do it because I really like this session and the last session.
Yay. Well, thank you. If you have any questions, Samaz, please send me an email. And if you are watching the replay and you have a question, send me an email, reach out to me on Messenger. I'm here for you. You will receive the replay probably tomorrow. So until then, you can keep playing with the heart, with what you want, how you want to feel, the experience you want. And just to tell you what we kind of did was that I asked everyone to write down what they don't want. What do you want this experience to not look like? So that you could start maybe just writing it down. I don't want it to be this way. I don't want it to be that way. I don't want it to look like this. I don't want to feel this way. So that really puts the mind at work.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a beautiful day.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.